In a rare case, a person in the United States has tested positive for bird flu. The CDC says the person had direct exposure to dairy cattle in Texas suspected of having the virus. Their only reported symptom was redness associated with pink eye. Health officials say the virus primarily infects birds. The last human case of bird flu was reported in 2022. That same year, 67 countries across 5 continents reported outbreaks among poultry. Dr. Jody Guest joins me for more. She is a senior vice chair of the Department of Epidemiology at Emory University's Rollins School of Public Health. Doctor, thank you for joining us. The CDC considers the risk to the general public to be low. Do you agree?
I do. So far, we've not seen very many cases in humans. In fact, we've only ever seen 11 cases of this particular subtype of H5N1. And so that is a very low risk.
So how does, though, a virus like this transmit from birds to cows and now to humans?
So the transmission route that's expected to be from birds to cows is probably the transmission of a bird that has it in their saliva or feces, drops it in the area of the cows, and the cows then have it in their water or their food. That's the most likely form of transmission. We are not clear yet if there is cow-to-cow transmission, but that's the next thing everyone's going to be looking for. For it to then get to humans, it would have to get situated in cows and be really comfortable with mammals. And then there could be cow-to-human transmission. But again, we've not seen that. Bird-to-human transmission is most likely from poultry plants.
And poultry plants, do you mean physically being in one where there's a lot of poultry feces or obviously the concern would be people would be like, well, if it gets into the chicken that you get from the grocery store, but that's not at all what we're talking about here.
No, it's not. It's not in the food sources like that. Except we do want to talk about unpasteurized milk in a moment. But really, the transmission would be the amount of virus that you'd have to be around would be extremely high. And that would likely be from slaughterhouses and for poultry plants.
And is there any concern of mutation here that could change the profile of this from what we all expect?
Absolutely. We're always concerned when we see it start to move across different animals or move into mammals about the mutations. And if we do start to see cow-to-cow transmission, that likely means the virus has some sort of change where it's gotten comfortable in mammals, and then we would be more concerned about it in being in humans. But again, they're tracking very carefully mutations in this virus and have not seen very many yet.
So I want to give you a chance to talk about unpasteurized milk, and then also let's bolt on to that. Just any last words for people who might have only tuned in at this very second, and what they should know when they hear these headlines.
So again, the risk to humans is still very, very low, and the case that we have appears to be very mild, as was the case in 2022. So that's very good news. We do want people to be careful about drinking unpasteurized milk or any sort of raw dairy products. The pasteurization in milk is what's going to remove any sort of viruses like this. And so we want to talk about that, but we also want to make sure we're clear that we have every reason to believe the milk supply is very safe in the United States.
Very good. Dr. Jody Guest with Emory University. Thank you so much.